channeling a lot for the sensitives at the minute. Just because I feel a lot of us are growing in our sort of telepathic and psychic powers and intuition. What I've observed over the recent months is and years, a reason why I've had to sort of, not be around certain people and end certain relationships and various things is because it affects how we feel about ourselves. It affects the vibration that we hold. Because if we are telepathic, we're also hearing and connecting with other people's energies. So if someone's talking shit about us, or if someone's got a low opinion of us and it keeps going over, and that is the energetic connection between the exchange between those two parties, it actually can affect and distort the way that we look at ourselves. And so I just feel, as part of this studying of self-observation and things I've been doing and speaking to other sort of psychics and intuitives, is one, that's why narcissists are drawn to empaths. And listen, narcissists are obviously, I'm not a psychologist, I can't give people the terminology for that. We do know what psychopaths and narcissists look like. A lot of people are just unhealed and have narcissistic tendencies. But it's always about control. It's always about the external image. So some people might not even realise that these people are harmful, or that they're playing in a manipulative, emotionally controlling dynamic where they want to keep that other person's power dimmed because they benefit from it in some way. They benefit from that other person being at a lower self-esteem. But this is the age that we rise. This is the year of the dragon, and it is very, very, very powerful. And a lot of the ninja energy, I don't know if other people connect with Asia. I've not yet visited, but over recent months and years, various things and channels have come through to me, and I'm connecting with Asia in more ways than I ever have. And so with this being time of deep metamorphosis, collective transformation, and self-learning, self-observation, because we are being forced to it, because the more of us that are awakening to realize, we're having to make big changes in our lives. We're having to make big energetic cuts with people that we may have considered dear to us before, because of their vibrational frequency. It is the frequency gap. It doesn't mean that we wish anybody ill will, or that we won't ever see them again, but it's the boundaries. Because if we want to accept the mission and the calling and the spiritual gifts that have been passed down to us through the generations, or may have skipped generations and are awaiting us now, because we need them, because it's part of the healing of the nations, it's because the new generations need our psychic, intuitive gifts. They need the spiritual gifts that we hold, but we're not using them because we're connected to other energies that are keeping us down. Then we cut. We can't be connected to anybody who has opinions on who we spend time with, or lovers that we choose, or wants to continually give advice or ask things in sort of passive aggressive way, rather than just like having sensitive, conscious, compassionate exchanges, because it will affect us too much. So many people I see now of all ages and within our own lineages are doing the work in our own ways. We can never compare. We are not on a comparative journey. We are not competing with anybody else. We win by focusing on staying in our lane and focusing on our own missions. That we have to make ourselves the priority. And it will come with resentment and backlash and bitterness. Because we maintain, a humble life, we're not out here striving for the biggest mansion and 6 cars and this, that and the other. Like, all of us will have our own. If you want that, cool, that's for you. I operate in very different ways, and I was going to say seek, but we don't seek anything. I desire to have a comfortable life that will make my heart sing every day, and those around me and those that I want to support within my community, and be with the elementals. And in loving, honest, tender relationships with people who are not begrudging of others who find peace and happiness, success. That's not, sorry, I'm removing that. Peace and happiness, which is success. It was kind of like a brackets. In our hearts. For those of us that are unable to support other people on their path, however different it looks, or be able to clap for them when they get a leg up or an opportunity, or be able to mention their room. There's that quote, you know, be friends with people that mention your name in a full room. I mean, obviously we don't have expectations of that, but it is nice to feel supported and loved by the people that we spend time with, rather than feeling that they're looking at our achievements, personal achievements, spiritual growth, personal empowerment, as something against them. That's just personal wounding, and it is sad, because like we do have to start moving differently. And even though we hold love for people or past lovers and this, that and the other, is like when people do not bring us peace at a spiritual soul, like a soul level, it obviously affects, like, why would we want to spend time with that person? Like, why would we want to be connected to them? You know, only over as time moves on. I've got a few channels coming through, so I am being pulled in a few different directions, not all positive. So as time moves on, we're only going to be talking more in terms of the quantum field and quantum entanglement and relationships that support our evolutionary growth and our spiritual growth and the spiritual gifts that are passed down through the generations. And if people can't be happy for all of us elevating together, because all of our energy affects each other, like, you would never want to wish something on someone else because it just boomerangs back. Energy never dies. And anyway, it's a tough path. It's a lonesome path in many ways. I'm not saying I don't have any friends, but I've had to make some edits over the past years and things, especially when people start to blame you for things that are going on in their lives, when we actually find ourselves in a very happy, peaceful place and we've got like nothing but love to share. So I think a lot of us are feeling this because it's very fast right now. There's so much available. I keep saying this. Might be boring to some people, but feel free to leave and not watch. But there is so much among the chaos and the confusion, you know, when we do focus on our own paths and we tap in, we just constantly going deeper. It's energy is infinitum, you know, so we can only continue this evolution until the next life, you know, if we are granted that. I'm really not sure what's happening after this huge global reset or whatever, you know, but that's not for me to know, because I don't seek control of anything. I'm just a curious soul. I'm out here on this journey, number 9. It might be important to people, but, you know, don't forget the dreams. Never give up on the dreams. Never give up on, even if everybody else thinks you're this, that and the other, laughing at, you know, image and all that rubbish. People wanting to have all the latest this, that and the other, like, that is a dead era, mate. You know, if we're still just on the surface level on what we look like to others, that is a barren life. And I desire, I know, cornucopia and abundance is the frequency that I'm on, because I'm seeing miracles every day. And the people around me are also witnessing, and we are contributing to a beautiful high vibrational energy exchange. And anyone that doesn't want that and wants to moan or fear all the time, I can't be around it. So let's try not to give up on ourselves and give up on the power that we hold inside, because we're connected to people who telepathically, they're not healthy for us. So we are look, if you don't believe it or not, things are going to come to the fore. 10-10, new beginnings. We're all talking a new language now, so it's time for the level up.